How are you feeling? You got John Riggs here, and I love wrestling video games. And when I say I love them, I mean I like a few of them a lot, and then most of them I don't, especially the WWE ones. Now growing up, especially in the 80s and 90s, pretty much every WWE game, or WWF at the time, was not great. I still played them because I felt like I had to support the game, right? I had to support them to have them make more games. It was a pretty bad experience. Until later on, of course, with the Aki engine and the SmackDown games and all that, and those were great. Those were fantastic, finally. But two WWF games that you may have never seen before. There are two WWF games that came out that maybe you didn't even know they came out, because they didn't come out here in the United States, believe it or not. If you're in the UK, you got to experience both WWF WrestleMania. This is a different WrestleMania than the ones that we had. And it also makes sense in the UK that they would get WWF European Rampage Tour. And I'm here to tell you, they ain't great. And you're going to see both of them. And one thing in particular proves that whoever made these games doesn't have a clue how wrestling works. It's ridiculous, and you're going to see it here pretty soon. And as annoying as this one feature I'm going to show you in WWF European Rampage Tour, and if you have played it, if you actually played it, you already know what I'm talking about, I promise. And as annoying as this feature, as annoying as this thing is when you see this part, it's not nearly as annoying as getting spam phone calls, spam emails, and that's why today's video sponsor, Aura, is going to help you with all that. Because what Aura does is they go to these data brokers who are selling your information to these robocallers. They're going straight to them on your behalf. They're going to them and they're saying, like, you can't be doing this because they're my people and you have to remove it from the list, and they legally have to remove you from those lists. So they do all the dirty work for you, so you can just sit around and, enjoy WWF games if you can find them. Super easy to set up. It's not a ton of different downloads. It's not a ton of apps. It's all of these great apps, because you got not only just them going after these data brokers who are selling off your information. Could be the only thing that they do, and that would be wonderful. But they're also going to say, but wait, there's more. There's also a VPN. But wait, there's more, there's also parental controls. But wait, there's more, there's also password management. But wait, there's more, there's also antivirus. But wait, there's more, there's also identity theft insurance. You get all those and a lot more, all with one download at an affordable price. Aura.com/John Riggs. You'll get 2 weeks free. They want to get you 2 weeks free to experience Aura for yourself using Aura.com/John Riggs. My link's in the description below. Check it out. All right, let's check out these games. Okay, loading up on the Amiga system. That's why you haven't heard of it. It's on the computer, right? Makes sense. This is from Oceans. Now, you thought LJN was bad. These games are from Ocean. At least the WWF games were from Rare. At least you got, like, Kevin Bayless doing the artwork and stuff like that, Pretty cool looking logo, right? And this part looks kind of cool. If I saw this, like, on an NES game, I'd be like, oh, this is pretty cool, okay. You can practice or you can compete for the belt. I will compete for the belt. What am I fooling around for? I ain't practicing. Go straight to the action. So, got some pretty good graphics here. You got Hulkster. Didn't even say Hulk Hogan. This says Hulkster. Known for capturing the WWF Champion title for an unprecedented third time at WrestleMania 7. It's so funny. His trademark hold, the pile driver. No, it isn't. That was funny. In an interview recently, I was like, oh, I never thought about that. Because he always talks about, like the largest arms, 24-inch pythons. And then his finisher is a leg drop. Even Hulk Hogan himself was like, I always talked about how big my arms were. It should have been a sleeper hold. It makes sense. But never did. You also have the Ultimate Warrior. Trademark hold, Gorilla Press. That's right. I don't know if they ever gave it like a specialty, like Ultimate Warrior. Was it the Warrior Press? I don't know. He always did the Gorilla Press, and then he did the Splash. And then he flipped him over and pinned him. Naturally, it only makes sense that he'd have the British Bulldog in a game in the UK. Running Power Slam, right? Known for his incredibly thick physique. The British Bulldog is going to take a bite out of the WWF. Alright. Well, being that this is a European game, let's go ahead and play as the British Bulldog. Why not? And those are the only 3 people you can pick, too. Those are the only 3 you got. But then you have guys like Mr. Perfect. Select or reply. See, that's kind of fun. So I appreciate that. And then here we go. You have to hit this back and forth. Oh, not good. Oh, okay, let's not do that. So this one isn't terrible. It's a whole lot of, like, button shaking and then pushing. Oh, okay, there we go. This is float right out of the ring. That's fine. And then the other buttons don't really do anything. I just got, like... And those sound like the same kind of slappy hit sounds from the Super WrestleMania, as well as, you know, you're just paintbrushing them at that point. And it does move a little bit faster, probably because is it like the 60 hertz versus the 50 hertz or whatever, you know. It's too bad too because this game looked like it could have been like WrestleFest, and that would have been amazing. That was the game that we all wanted in the first place. But of course, WrestleFest was Technos. This being Ocean, right off the top rope. There we go. It was a drop kick, but okay. All right, fine. Let's see what happens. Oh, okay, that's it. All right, WWF European Rampage. Again for Amiga in the UK. Always love seeing that. Titan Sports, back when they called it, you know, remember the Titantron and all that? Ocean, good lord. Big old WWF logo, love it. Old school. Oh, that was cool. They only sampled that part. And then the rest of it's just like chiptune. Alright, so Chris Coop apparently has never seen wrestling before in his life. So a good little, you know, little cinematic of what's going on with the game and the characters and all that. It's kind of fun. Finishing move, shoulder block off the ropes, I see. And that's kind of like who you can play as, but then you play versus people you can't play as, which is interesting. But let me show you what's going on here. So it's always a tag match. That's the other thing about this, is it's always tag. 2-player tag, 1 player. You can also practice. All right. I'll select my own. You can either use a joystick or a keyboard. I got a joystick here. It doesn't get interesting yet. Hold on now. So you have a couple of blank spots. That could have been the Legion of Doom. Maybe you have to unlock them or something. I don't know. Never played it as much. So you got your few people here. Hogan showing teeth with a big old teethy grin, smile. It's such a weird picture for Hogan because Hogan's supposed to be like, you know, all intimidating and all that. Anyway, so I'll play as Bret Hart. Nicely done. And I'll play as Randy Savage. It's not going to take very long. I promise you that. Not on my end, anyway. Alright. So then it's kind of cool. Little Sean Mooney. Back when, you know, they're trying to be like a legitimate like news source, and President Jack Tunney says this about this, and you know, it was quite the ordeal. Nasty Boys. I remember I kind of liked the Nasty Boys. It just, you know, they just looked fun. All right. So again, fast moving, probably because of the hertz or whatever. And you can't even get around this guy. Up, 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 up. Uh-huh. I'll just try anything, literally anything, nothing. Come on. Move, move, move. Takes a little long enough just to turn around. And I mentioned that I kept on hyping up that thing that proves that they're not wrestling fans. When you see this part doesn't look terrible. You know, like, if I would have saw this for NES style, or maybe even Super Nintendo to an extent, maybe. You know, Game Boy Color, perhaps? I'd be like, oh, okay, I get it. Hey, I get it. I can tell who these characters are. Randy Savage may be a little weird, but, you know, the other ones, I can kind of tell who they are for sure. And I'll just get to the part that annoys me. It's right here.
1, 2, 3.
Do I need to say it? Do I need to say what just happened? Do I need to say how I lost that match but totally didn't? For obvious reasons? I can press fire to accept the challenge. I mean, I may as well. I'm fired as it is. Ain't gonna do any good. Here, get in Randy Savage. Oh, here, let me just trip over that. Oh, really?
2,
Oh, yeah?
3.
Is that how that's gonna work? Okay. Well. The end.